Hi everyone. This video is going to review how to set some of the settings in our courses. Okay, we're going to first set some of the settings for the account in general, and then we are going to go into specific courses. Okay, so in my account, just click on Account and go to Settings. Okay, here you'll see how your full name, your display name, and your sortable name and your pronouns are listed. Okay, so if we want to edit any of these, you'll click on Edit Settings, and this is the name that comes up when you're grading something. Okay, we also want to make sure that our display name is displayed correctly, and this is also something that when we have students in our courses, we're going to need to make sure that these are listed properly in accordance with PowerSchool. Okay, you can choose your pronouns if you'd like to. This is not required, but something that I think is appropriate. Default email, if you have other emails associated with your Canvas account, make sure your default email is your Glow email. This is another important setting here, your time zone. We want to make sure that our time zone is listed as Eastern Time. Otherwise, your announcements and modules and assignments are going to be posted at different times. Okay. Here's also where you're able to change your password if you'd like to. Once you have your settings here in your profile set up the way that you'd like, click on Update Settings. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to Notifications and tell you a little bit about these. Your notification preferences are where you choose how you get notified and when you get notified about the different pieces in Canvas. At the top is a legend. If you choose the check mark, that means that Canvas is going to notify you right away through your default email. The clock sends you a daily summary. The calendar will send you a weekly summary. And the X means that you don't want notifications in regards to that category. So for grading policies, right now, mine is set to send me a weekly summary of those grading policies. I don't get any notifications based on course content because I am creating the course content as well as the files. I do get notifications right away when announcements are created for courses that I am enrolled in, but not announcements created by me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and change that to notify me right away. I'm notified by grades, invitations, late grading, Blueprint Sync. All of these pieces you can change. Okay, now for my other email address, I'm going to go ahead and remove all of these notifications. I don't want to be emailed twice about them. Okay, you can change these settings to be notified however you would like to be notified and however often you want to be notified. Okay, there's no saving here. When you move that the green icon, it automatically saves it. Under your profile, you can edit this and add a little bio if you'd like to. Okay, now I'm going to go to one of my courses individually. You can access your courses from your dashboard by clicking here and then clicking on the icon that represents the course you want to go to, or by going to Courses and then selecting it from the drop-down list. Okay, I'm going to start in Theater Arts 1. Now, notice that I haven't created any home pages and haven't done anything with my Theater Arts 1 class. The first thing I want to do is edit my settings. Scrolling down on the left side all the way to the bottom, we'll click on Settings. And here is the information that pertains to the course as a whole. Here's the name of the course and the course code. I need to add in the PowerSchool code to each of those. But notice here for time zone, it still says Mountain Time, but on my account, it said Eastern Time. This is why it's very important to change the time zone, not only in your profile, but also the course itself, okay? We want to set a start date and an end date. This course is going to start on August the 17th, and it's going to end on December 18th. At 12 a.m., you can click Done, okay? So we only want students to participate in the course between these dates. I'm not going to select the restrict students from viewing after the end date or before the start date. I'm fine if they go in there and they're able to see the actual course, but before August the 17th, none of the students are going to sign in. They won't know how necessarily, okay? But checking the students can only participate between these two dates gives that restriction here anyways, okay? So we're going to also enable our course grading scheme. Let's go ahead and set that. This is the default grading scheme, but we want to change it to a 10-point scale. We just want A, B, C, D, and F. So we are going to edit this. Click the pencil. So in A, there's a 100 to a 90. You can click the X box to remove the A+. You can click the X box to remove the B+. We'll change a B to an 80. That symbol here before the 90 is a less than symbol, meaning the 90% is greater than a B. Okay, so that automatically defaults to an A. We're going to X out the B minus, X out the C plus. A C is from a 70 to less than an 80. I'm going to X out the C minus, X out the D plus. A D is from a 60 to a 70 or below a 70. X out the D minus, and an F is anything below a 60. Okay, so this is your default grading scheme. And I'm going to click Save. And done. Okay, so that has enabled that course grading scheme. We want to update those course details. Now, I'm going to move on to sections. I only have one section of theater arts, so I'm not going to change this. For those of you that are teaching a course where another teacher is teaching the same course, we will discuss this piece individually together, okay? Navigation. Clicking on navigation, these pieces are what you see over on the left-hand side. Anything that we don't want listed, we're going to remove, okay? So new analytics, I'm going to put that down here. Attendance, collaborations, conferences. We are going to be using modules, syllabus, grades, rubrics, discussions, assignments, and announcements in home. So these are the pieces that I want my students to have access to. I removed all of these other ones because I don't want students to have access to those pieces yet. This can be changed, and this order can be changed as well. So if I wanted to put this in alphabetical order, but keep home at the top because it's just easier to navigate that way, you could do so. I would move modules up here. There, that's in alphabetical order. You can keep it like that. Some teachers like modules to be further up because students may access those more often, okay? Now, for apps, these apps are the ones that are accessible through Canvas, okay? Don't click on any of these yet. We will get to those further along. And then feature options. Again, we are going to leave these feature options exactly as they are, and we will deal with these later on in the semester, okay? Those are all of the pieces for the settings part. One more piece that I'm going to address in this video are people. When you click on people, these are the people that are actually in your course, okay? I need you to add me, Justin Sorrells, as a designer in all of your courses. To do so, you would click Add People. We're going to add by email address. You would type in my email address, jsorrells@glowacademy.net. Now role, you're going to add me as a designer to your role. This gives me edit access if necessary, but I do not have access to student grades, okay? We may change this later, but for right now, just keep me as a designer in your course. You would click designer and then click next, and that would add me in, okay? If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I hope this is helpful.